I have some of the most exciting news, okay? First of all, and the most important one, my little brother, a Leo, is having a baby with an Aries, his wife. And I'm going to be an aunt. I'm going to be an aunt for the first time ever. And you know what's really cool about this? You know that movie Practical Magic? My girl is in that movie, Stockard Channing, and she got this big hat. And I love the hat. I'm going to find that hat. And I always tell people about that because she has this line in the movie. It says, "My darling girl, when will you learn that being normal isn't necessarily a virtue? It rather connotates a lack of something." I can't remember the last part of it. It rather connotates a lack of originality, I think is what she said. But you guys that know Practical Magic, you know the line I'm talking about. And I love that so much. And I'm gonna be just like that aunt. I am so excited. So congratulations to my little brother and his wife. I have been waiting for this for a long time. Okay. When I left Philadelphia, I gave him my house. And the last thing I said to him when I gave him the keys was, take care of your family. Build a family here. Build love. Because as far as I'm concerned, you guys know love is the most important thing in the world. It's beautiful to have money. It's beautiful to have power. But if you have all those things and nobody loves you, it's still a very lonely existence. So I'm proud of my little baby. What else? Oh yeah. The other great thing that happened, I got 3 new patrons. And you guys know I've been really looking forward to doing a book club on Patreon in 2024. The time is now. Next week, we are going to vote on the book we're going to do first. So if you're interested in a book club, we're probably going to do an astrology book. So if you're interested in a book club, please come over to Patreon. The link is underneath this video. And sign up for my Patreon. It's only $5. And every week, not every week, every month, we're going to have a live or a call or something where we can discuss how much we've read so far. And you're going to be able to vote on the book that we use. We're going to talk about it in messages throughout the week. And I'm really excited about that. So I got 3 new patrons. Oh my God. My girl LD, my girl Gina, and Jeri. Now, LD and Gina I actually know in real life. LD is my Cancer mommy. She's a Cancer who mothers me, basically. And Gina is an Aquarius sister. Whenever something goes down, Gina got my back. And Jeri is a new person. So I get to know a brand new person. So that was exciting as well. So I got 3 new patrons, and I'm hoping that you will become a patron next. All right, so let's get started, guys. It's time for us to start this video. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to everybody and anybody that you know. The whole hood or your whole suburb or whatever you live at, your whole village, I don't care. Pass this on to all of them. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, please email me or hit me up on social media. I would love to give you a reading. All that information along with Patreon and everything is underneath this video. Okay. So today we're going to talk about something that somebody sent me. They sent me something that said things that Aquarius should do for 2024. So every time somebody say things Aquarius should do, I'm like, should we? Let's find out. The first one says, it says Aquarius, we should be more forgiving in 2024. Well, I think being forgiving is always a good thing. I do. I think it's a great asset to you actually, because holding on to bitterness, hatred, and resentment only hurts you. That's the bottom line. The other person isn't harmed or even cares that you are unforgiving of them. It just hurts you. It causes stress-related illnesses sometimes. It can cause all kind of things, problems with sleep, insomnia. It can cause all kind of problems. It can stop you emotionally from being able to attach to other people, all kinds of stuff. So I do think forgiveness is important. I just don't think it's the first step. I think that when somebody has harmed you or you're going through something, because I've been through this too many times to count, I think that you need to go through the stages of grief. And I think forgiveness for most of us comes at the last stage after acceptance. So I think if you're going to forgive at all, it's going to be after acceptance. So that means you got a whole, acceptance is the very last one. So if you look at the stages of grief, they go from like 1 to 7, 1 to 8, depending on who does the list. But the last one is usually acceptance. You've accepted what's happened and you've moved on. That's when you can forgive. Until you come to that last stage of grief, I wouldn't even be trying to forgive. If you can, that's wonderful. But if you can't, it's okay, because for most of us, that's what it's going to take. I wasn't able to forgive Voldemort, for example, until I was over it. Okay? Once I didn't care, it was easy to forgive. Like, all right, well, I can forgive and release it now. Fuck that. I don't have to hold on to this forever, And you only come to that point when you're over it. So allow yourself your stages of grief. And if you're not ready to forgive, then just keep going through your stages of grief, because at some point you might be. Aquarius, in 2024, we need to practice self-care. Well, Aquarius, many of us do self-care. Some of us don't do enough, though, because a lot of Aquarius I know are quicker to take care of other people than they are even themselves. They might love themselves and they might take care of themselves, or they might even do self-care, self-loving kind of things. But most of us are more into work or our causes than we are into our own self-care. So you got to think, do you belong in that category? If you care more about things outside yourself, if you're Aquarius or not, that's something you definitely want to consider. You need to be a priority on your list. And if you're not a priority, that's a problem. So I agree with number 2 wholeheartedly. Number 3, setting boundaries. Many Aquarius have a hard time with boundaries. We don't have a hard time with boundaries with people we don't like, I'll tell you that. Not all of us, because many of us, once we're pissed off, that boundary is easy to maintain and hold. But many of us let people that we like or people that we want in our life run all over us. Many of us do. And I know some of y'all sitting there like, for real, Aquarius do that? Yeah. Yeah. If we really, really are into somebody, some of us will let them slide way more than we should until they piss us off, basically. And sometimes even beyond that. So I do think that setting boundaries is healthy for any sign, but especially when dealing with Aquarius. If you're somebody that's Aquarius and you don't have healthy boundaries, especially with your loved ones, that's something you should consider working on in 2024. I'll give you that. That's a good one. Being more open. Oh my God. Okay. Being more open is awesome. Having an open heart. I've become more open as I've gotten older. I've become more communicative. I've become more emotional too. And those have been good things. They really have. So being more open, talking to people, being more connected with, and this is with people that you are close to, that you care about, Many of us aren't that great in personal relationships. We can be awesome in causes or in groups, but we're not always that way on mano-a-mano, one-on-one, So if you're somebody who has that problem, that you're not as open as you could be, I do agree with that. I do agree, but being careful, of course, of who you're open with. I would be more open with people who are safe. And if nobody's around you that's safe, you need to get some safe people, because that's not good. That's not good. It should be at least one person around you can be open with. So I would say in 2024, find that person. And if you already have that person, spend 2024 exercising that openness and see what levels of intimacy and connection you can come to on deeper levels if you allow that to happen. Financial success. A lot of Aquarius I know have been talking to me about wanting to manifest financial success. And I think it's an awesome goal. It's one of my goals for 2024. It definitely is. It's in my vision book. I'm like, look, it's in my what is it? My daily planner, you know? And I'm like, yeah, definitely. Financial security, financial success, as they put it here. Whatever that looks like to you, I think that's always a good goal. I think that's a good goal for any year, though. For any sign, for any year, right? And the last one, healthy coping mechanisms. Hoo-wah. That's important. That's important. There are things we have to cope with, people. We have to cope with other people, first of all. Then let's just start with that, you know. We have to cope with our environment. We have to cope with our job. We have to cope with the political atmosphere. We have to cope with a lot. So the healthier your coping mechanisms, the better. And if you don't know how to find healthy coping mechanisms, keep watching my videos, because I usually give that kind of information. All right, guys, now we're going to answer 2 positive comments that came from you, from the comment section. Now, this one came from an email, actually. This one came from an Aquarius. He's given us quite a few questions, some pretty decent ones, too. He said, hey, Queen, quick question. When you've healed a decent amount of your trauma, is it normal to go through a bit of an identity crisis? I've been noticing as of late that the more I grow, it feels as if I lose sight of who I was and now have to re-establish myself. Well, this is the thing about growth and healing. You're not going to be the same person. It's kind of like, think about school, right? When you've grown past a certain level, you graduate to the next level. So when you've grown past taking naps, eating graham crackers and coloring, you go from kindergarten to first grade, you know? That was the biggest letdown for me personally, was when I went from kindergarten to first grade and they told me we no longer were taking naps. Are you... I didn't sign up for this. I was pissed, okay? Went home and told my mom. And my mom, the Capricorn, was just like, well, you know, it is what it is. So think about that. When you get past a certain level, you graduate to the next one. You're supposed to keep growing. You're supposed to keep evolving. You're not supposed to be the same person tomorrow that you were, or today that you were 3 to 5 years back. That's not a life well lived. That means you haven't learned anything. You haven't leveled up. Think about a computer game. I don't remember them very well, but when I was playing Super Mario Brothers, when I was playing Street Fighter 2, you kept leveling up. So you're not the same person. You're not. Every time you get a little bit better, you move a little bit up. And you may find yourself unrecognizable. The person that I was at 17 is unrecognizable to the person I am at 46. Light years. Light years difference in the knowledge that you acquire. So yes, you're going to change. Yes, you're going to have to keep reestablishing yourself, and it's going to keep happening until you're dead. Okay, so the more that you choose to level up, the more you're going to change, and it's a good thing, because that's what's supposed to happen. Awesome question. But that is definitely what is supposed to happen. You're supposed to keep on growing. And you might find yourself like, wow, who are you? But as long as you love that person, as long as that person looking back at it, at you actually like, then you're doing it right. If you're looking at that person thinking, you're unrecognizable and I don't like you, then you took a detour somewhere. And it's time to go back and pull that around. So as long as it's good, it's all good. The next one is from Nicole 8778. Hey, Nicole. Nicole said, love the reading videos, Queen. Thank you so much. I choose pile 1, which was the best pile to me. I'm so glad I didn't pick pile 3. I would have to let that person go. Not really sure who my person is. Well, you guys, I have been doing videos where I do readings on different topics, and they are so much fun. I did a reading on, what's this one? This was a pick-a-pile reading. And this one was about who has a crush on you. That is fun. I did a reading on Jonathan Majors. I did a reading on P. Diddy. Hoo-wah. That was out of pocket. I did one on Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay. That was fun. So if you haven't been checking out the videos I've been doing on readings, I've been doing mysteries. I've done aliens. Those are so much fun. And as far as you're concerned, Nicole, you don't know who your person is, but let me know when you find out. Because the card said that many of you wouldn't know who the crush was, but that you'd find out. So hopefully you'll find out in 2024 who your crush is. All right, guys, that was our last one. So you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. And check out that video right there on your screen. If you like this video, you're going to like that one too. I hope. See you later.